Been asked multiple times today what I think about the Alabama Riverboat brawl, the Montgomery motorboating massacre, the pontoon around and find out, the Riverfront Battle Royale. This is what I have to say about it. And I know Montgomery ain't a small town, but you know all them white dudes were playing that song. The hell, they were probably playing that song on their JBL Bluetooth speaker as they pulled into the dock. And draw that in a small town. We respect people around here. Except for when they asked me to move my bass buggy. This is my bass buggy. I got it at the Bass Pro Shop down in Prattville. It's only $3.25 a month for 15 years. And the party of we respect people around here and law and order will fucking throw hands and sucker punches and flying knees just because they were asked to move their pontoon. All you had to do was move the damn pontoon. The riverboat was coming no matter what. Now look at you, looking all dumb in front of Jesus and everybody on the internet, getting arrested in your Costas and Old Navy swimming trunks. That security guard just trying to do his damn job. But then you want to throw it. You just move the damn pontoon. Boy, that security guard threw his head up like Bobby Shmurda to get up out my trap house. But then all them dudes are jumping on the security guard because, you know, you can't just have one cul-de-sac redneck take on somebody. But then I saw the dude swimming. I like that dude. That dude is awesome. He's like, hell no, I might be tired as motherfucker when I get there, but I'm doing my damn part. And then that one white lady that got through into the damn water like the Goonies on the one-eye Willie ship. The shit was awesome. But then that one dude that hit the guy with the chair, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then he hit that one woman. I was like, ooh. But at first I was like, wait, was that a woman? Cause, you know, I wasn't sure, you know, I had to go back and watch. And I'm not trying to be mean because the woman was kind of built like Mick Foley. And I have seen Mick Foley take a lot of chair shots. But once I realized it was a woman, I was like, oh, come on now. That's too far. Fight over. It was good while it lasted. And they even damn Affliction shirt Avengers deserved everything they got. Roll Tide.
Do y'all know how many times we done sat on camera and watch people get brutalized and we know what's gonna happen? So y'all wondering why folks so happy, why folks so celebratory behind a brawl? Because we used to getting our ass whooped on camera and nobody doing nothing about it at all. As a matter of fact, I would say that the instilling, you feel me, of American supremacy make it where when we see somebody else looking like us getting their ass beat, we supposed to sit there and chill because it could be us. You see what I'm saying? Yesterday, something different. You feel me? It was a different phenomenon, a different way of seeing how what black unity can do. But also, you know what I'm saying, seeing how folks could really have the nerve and fuck around and find out. Think about it. What is the psyche of that white redneck family that thought they was going to be able to brutalize a black man doing his job at work in broad daylight? Think about how you got to be raised to even feel like that's rational, think that that's cool. You see what I'm saying? So when you asking, why so many of y'all talking about chairs and talking about Aquaman swimming? And because we seen such a masterful sequence of events that really was, you know what I'm saying, going against how they teach us, how we've been indoctrinated, how we should act, how we are, who we are. You feel me? That's my thought on it anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious of why y'all think people are so celebratory, inspired, empowered by what happened at that riverboat. Why?
You know, in my 19 years of living, I've never seen someone swim to a fight. Like, you know, you got to be really mad to swim to a fight. And then he got out and had the energy to fight. I would have been tired. I would have had to catch my breath for a little.
All I gotta say about that riverboat situation is try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
Who sent out the black signal? Somebody sent out the black signal here in Montgomery, Alabama, and people, black people, was coming by land, air, and sea to answer the call. They say somebody got to feeling froggy and felt like they could jump a security guard just trying to do a job, and the people around was like, not on my watch, not today or tomorrow. Things are escalating because of the games that rich people are playing and have been playing for centuries. France feels just fine, and the United States is okay too, with being a loan shark. Basically, France is strong arming African countries, including the ones that they have in the Caribbean, Haiti, which is not a French country because they gained independence, but they've been paying for that for centuries now. And we aren't bothering y'all. That's the thing. All we've been doing this whole time is trying to get freedom, autonomy, resources. But y'all, this whole thing with the Western, the European worlds and these rich people haven't decided that the best way to divide and conquer and keep all the resources to themselves is to pit white against black and give them the idea that they are somehow better than us. And they are not. And this game is what's going to destroy this planet. The unchecked greed of white men and women, it's got to be said. The unchecked greed is going to destroy this planet one way or the other. By war or by nature, it's going to happen. Unless there's intervention, we are headed for destruction. Because there are certain people who are they can't be satisfied unless they are oppressing or causing someone else pain and suffering. It's not called for. It doesn't have to be so. But that's how it is. So it did my heart good to see them people decide, no, not on today. Not today. We're going to beat everyone's ass who is trying it with whatever is handy in whatever way we see fit. And I'm so glad they did. Because what was that? What was even said that, why, okay, a fight between two grown men. Why weren't you helped to break it up? Evil. That's why.
I finally got to watch the whole Alabama Riverboat video, watch the whole thing, how it all started, how it all went down. When I tell you that shit was for the culture, I mean that. When you think of culturally significant moments for black people, that is going to be one of them. It was one of the greatest things I have ever seen. I'm hype as hell right now. Like the theme music of Glory is just playing in my head right now. I'm so hype. Like, whew, I'm mad. I'm excited. I'm proud. Let me tell you how it went down. So Riverboat was trying to dock, and these white folks with a boat parked where they weren't supposed to park. They were told not to park there. And security guard goes over and tells them, you cannot park here, you need to move. They say some fucked up shit to him. Basically, we're not gonna move. Pretty sure the N-word was thrown in there somewhere. And things start to get heated. Security guard's just telling them to move, that's it. They jump this black man. Big old group of like 5 or 6 white people jump this black man. All the while, all these black people are watching what's going down, and they see him getting jumped. All these black people jump in. As soon as the white people see black people coming in to help, then all of a sudden, oh no, we're done. They try to jump on their boat and run. Group of black people go and grab these white people off of their boat and beat their ass. The greatest ass beating I have ever seen. And then they tried to fight back, and it was the funniest dragging I've ever seen. At one point, there was some white woman in there who was trying to fight too. She got knocked into the river. Black women were dragging white women by their hair. Black men were beating the fuck out of these racist ass white people. It was so cathartic. Sonic rings just bouncing everywhere. And then here comes Unc with a white lawn chair. Mink, mink, mink. Everybody was getting it. White woman, mink. White man, mink. Everybody was getting the lawn chair. It was the greatest video I have ever seen. If you watch the video, the riverboat was about 100 meters away or so from the dock. A black man jumped off of the riverboat, swam the full 100 meters over to the dock, jumped in the fight. I'm so proud, bro. I'm so proud to be black.
Don't judge me, but I've watched this video about 515 times. And I've watched it that many times because you got to focus on each character in the video. Everybody knew their role. Everybody understood the assignment. And one thing about it, nobody let anything slide past them. Every time you saw somebody run up and you like, damn, what he doing? What she doing? Boop. Now, we got to give some shout outs. And the first shout out definitely goes to the guy in the white shorts, because he saw it all pop off from the beginning from a bird's eye view. You know what I'm saying? He was looking down like, hold on, y'all ain't gonna do like that. And then when he got halfway, midway, and looked down and seen like 2-3 more people down there, he said, oh, hell no, we ain't doing that. My second shout out, the swimmer, Aaron, but they call him Jermichael Phelps. This man understood the assignment. He was on his Zoom. Like, if y'all look at some of the videos, he was already on the boat just peeping everything out. Like, okay, we're going to see how far this go. We're going to see how far this go. He was calculating the distance of how long he was going to have to swim. Did y'all see how far that distance was? And the thing is, this man been training. See, I was wondering, like, how you get strength and, like, you know, that type of courage and bravery to jump in the water and do that. He been on his own. He been on his own. He been training for this exact moment. My next shout out is Like, I don't know what opportunity he probably missed out on in the past and he didn't get a chance to participate in, but you can tell that he waited all his life for this moment. And the police was letting him cook. They were just like, okay, honey, like, don't hit me with the chair. But it was when he directed his attention to the lady in the red dress. I said, ooh. And my unsung heroes, the real stars of the show, the crew, anybody you see with a blue shirt on. Because once again, from all the other angles of the videos, before the boat even got there, they was already seeing what was going on. And they said, no, we got Damien. We got him. We ain't worried about none of that. And they didn't even first of all, the security guard was the one that let them off the boat. Y'all got to look and see him lifting up the ropes. They didn't even let the boat get to the dock and it was off that thing. The video is already entertaining as it is, but it's the day after. It was the memes, the parodies, the skits. Like, come on, y'all. We got to grow up. Y'all selling folding chairs, calling them the Alabama Slammers, the Alabama People Beaters. Y'all got to grow up. Y'all done made shirts with the folding chairs on it. Y'all going to Cracker Barrel with y'all shirts on. Y'all got to grow up. I love y'all. I love us. Peace.
Look, y'all don't understand. This picture is iconic. This is the first time in my entire life that I see a group of black people beat the shit out of a group of white people and the cops is standing behind us. In Alabama. We must have shifted dimensions. We must too. Because this shit, history. Fucking history.
Now I know by now, we done all seen the video of the Avengers and them defeating Casper and his uncles at the boatyard. And if you haven't, go look on Twitter, go look on Facebook. It's everywhere. It's any and everywhere. I done seen the video about 10 times. Probably about 20, because I had to watch it about 10 times when I was in one sitting. Gee, it was just so funny. Like, I promise you, throughout the whole 3-minute video, all you seen was motherfuckers getting popped, dropped, stumped, rolled, trolled, dragged, and tagged. All I know is our ancestors is smiling down, proud. No, look, y'all gotta see what these people is saying on Facebook. So y'all gotta see what these people saying on Facebook. They is on here acting a plum fool. She say, great job on trying to control these thugs in our city. I'm so glad they got these thugs captured from off the streets of our great city. Enough is enough. Look at them. Hey, dude, say guns down, cheers up. I'm not gonna lie, this one took me out when I seen it. This one took me out. He say, from now on, I'm keeping one of these in the truck with me, not play. He say, now why he hit that lady with that chair like that? G, I ain't gonna lie, we smacked the ass with that motherfucker. Everybody in the video was like, hold on. I know her head still hurting from that shit, G, I promise you. She probably in the hospital right now. She say, hey, once I peeped the boat was named Harriet, I knew it was personal and understood the chair. He say, bro threw his head up in the air like the bat signal and help came immediately. Gee, y'all is cut up. Oh my God, y'all, this them. This them for real. Hold on. This old girl in the blue. I didn't know she was this. Oh, this the one that dude dropped. This the one of the clip that I put on my Twitter, the one that got jumped by the 2 girls, and then as soon as she turned around, dude knocked her ass out. Like, gee. Now look at him. Look at him. Look, just the IES face, just looking shitty. See, this is exactly what the fuck y'all get. Because when they say karma is a motherfucker, karma is a motherfucking conniving ass bitch. Because that's exactly what she showed y'all today. Well, I mean, yesterday. See, you and your golfing and boat buddies tried to get down on my uncles. And my cousins came and showed out. They came and showed out. Your mama got it. Your everybody got it. This is why I tell y'all, keep y'all hands to yourself. If you don't keep your hands to yourself, karma gonna hit your ass right in your motherfucking mouth. And that's exactly what these three stooges got. Look, oh, I didn't even see the other. I didn't even see the other one over there, G. Hold on. Y'all see it in the corner?
We're all in agreement that August 5th is now a holy day, right? Because it's feeling more like Juneteenth than Juneteenth. Black people's motto should be, if they don't want to give us reparations, swim for it. Well, now and forever, if you are out in public and see a black person take off their baseball cap and toss it up in the air, that is the universal sign for it's up there and it's stuck there. And if you are a black person in the surrounding vicinity, you need to turn to the nearest white person and start fucking swinging. It's not a bat signal, it's the black signal. Do we have bail information? Do they have a GoFundMe? I'm ready to start a bail bonds company called Fold'em. Welcome to Fold'em. If you beat their ass with a foldable chair, we probably got some money for you here. We're expeditious with the merch, the foldable chair shirts, the 3D printed foldable chair earrings, a suggestion, a foldable chair necklace the size of Flavor Flav's clock on a chain. It opens and it says FAFO on a seat back. Fuck around and find out, because that's what happened to them people, and I loved it. And I just know it felt like church out there. I could feel the spiritual pressure coming through the screen. The ancestors was moving through each and every one of you like the Holy Spirit. Shut them all, beat them over the head with a foldable chair. Yes, hallelujah. Glory, glory.
I know for a fact Jason Aldean has to be livid. Livid! That his song, Try That in a Small Town, is now being used as the background music for the Montgomery Boat ass whoop. If you have not seen the video, I suggest you go and watch it. Black Twitter and Black people stay undefeated. Jason Aldean and Road Child Bullfools are checked. They're obviously y'all cannot cash. Just look at these Twitter posts. Oh, madame, my kids, this was the Boston party. On July 7th, 1911, Nathaniel Alexander of Lynchburg, Virginia, patented a folding chair. According to his patent, Nathaniel Alexander designed his chair to be used in schools, churches, auditoriums, and in a small town when somebody tries. This right here, this is just self-explanatory. Do y'all realize what it took for this man to jump into the water, swim across it, pull himself out of it, and surf some ass whooping? Like, sensational, incredible. Try that in a small town in Montgomery, Alabama, and then there's... Somebody put Dr. King in here. Racist people have been warned time and time again to not F along because y'all was gonna find out. Clearly you didn't get the message, or you didn't think that it applied to you whatsoever because you thought that you could still get away with it because you were doing it back in the olden times. But guess what? We're not in those times anymore. People are not gonna take y'all shenanigans. And if it wasn't obvious, Private in a Small Town is no longer your song. Okay, bye!
Well, at least they took their ass whooping together like a family.
I did not realize how much my soul needed this. It's been a rough week. Lizzo, all the breakups. My FYP right now is beautiful. The fact that people are showing the fight and that someone put it to Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town, and they've made that the anthem for this entire fight is just... There's just no words. The fact that the boat that the people pulled up on is called the Harriet Tubman. And if you know anything about the real history of Harriet Tubman, she was a woman about whooping that ass. I'd like to thank all of the people that came from land, air, and sea to make this thing happen for us. I'd like to thank every single person on my FYP for the jokes. We all know that it has been a rough week. And this whole thing has shown that maybe things are turning around, you know? Maybe things are looking up.
Not only was the boat named Harriet, the owner of the patents for folding chairs is a black man. Listen, all of black history, all of the ancestors went to Montgomery, Alabama today. Would you even call it poetic, ironic? I don't know what you would call it, but it was a fucking masterpiece. And black people of all ages jumped in to defend that black security guard. It just... art.
Well, at least they took their ass whooping together like a family. She said, I know y'all saw this morning.
At least they took their ass whooping together like a family. I commend, I salute. Y'all took their ass whooping together. I mean, the girls kept running back to help their brothers or whoever they is, the brothers, the boyfriends, whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's the good part about it. Y'all took your ass whooping together. At least y'all got a story to tell the grandchildren when they get a little older. Tell them how you got your ass whooped. Well, so that's life. Deal with it.
You can't see the caption, but it says, on my way to Cracker Barrel to celebrate August 5th, 2023. How the fuck did you get this on the shirt already?
Hey, black people, hey. Aren't we just a little bit more happy today? Aren't we just, isn't our Sunday just a little sunnier today after seeing that video of what happened on the riverfront in Alabama with our brothers and sisters, our black brothers and sisters that was putting in that work? Shout out to that young man who jumped in that water. Shout out to our black men who seen that black security guard getting attacked, okay, viciously attacked by those entitled palm people who came in there and thought that they was going to do something or whatever until we showed up and we showed out. Honey, they came by land, they came by sea. I don't know if they was helicoptered in. Listen, they say black people can't swim. We swam that day. Okay, we was putting in some work, and I am grateful for that. And I am not one of those people who say, oh, you know what I'm saying, I'm not with all the violence, because sometimes violence is necessary. I don't know whoever told us different. Okay, and stop saying that we are not our ancestors, because we are our ancestors. We're just a continuation of our ancestors. Some of our ancestors wasn't in a predicament where they could have fought back, but there was also some that did. Shout out to the Black Panthers who ran up in the state capitol. So stop saying that, because some of us did fight back during that time. Okay, but we are so happy because this happened in Alabama, and we know that they are one of the states that got it worse. The Jim Crow, the segregation, the racism, the lynching, the killing, the brutality. We know it. So when we seen something like this, it was like our ancestors just arose in our spirit and overwhelmed us with tears of joy and tears of happiness because of what we seen. Let us keep the same fervor and the same dedication and the same commitment when we even seen 5 black boys jump on a black security guard, because anything and anyone that is against the advancement for our pursuit of happiness after we had to endure, after our ancestors had to endure what they had to do just to get a little piece of something, okay? And this American corona, I'm so glad. Anybody, I'm not going to say anything about the black on black crime and, the people who is like, okay, but we need to keep the same energy for black people. Yeah, we do. I agree. But right now we're celebrating our black unity, because sometimes I have such a love-hate relationship with black people, because y'all just piss me off sometimes, but not that day. Not that day. I ain't saying that. Not that day. I am so proud of you. Oh my God, Alabama, the way that you stepped in. Shout out to them brothers and sisters that was defending each other out there. Okay. Shout out to the workers who were defending. I mean, even the little cops was like, move along or whatever, until it got to a point where they just had to step in because my man cracked the lady over the head with the chair. It was crazy out there, but that's a good type of trouble. I'm sorry, because that sometimes violence is necessary, and I don't hope this don't get flagged because of that. I'm just saying, I mean, America can't live off of violence and then say you can't be violent. And I'm just saying, shout out to Alabama. Y'all put in the work. Shout out to all the young people out there. I mean, carry this torch and keep it going. Alabama deserved this. And what poetic justice that it was on the riverfront. Okay, because if you know the history, then you know the history. Salute to Alabama.
I don't think y'all understand how pissed you have to be to swim to a fight. Not only swim to the fight, have enough endurance in your body to get out and start fighting. That man was not human. Like, we have to find him and bail him out, because that was some superhero shit. I have never seen that before.
Yeah, I see everybody getting their 2 cents in on that big old fight that happened down there at that dock in Alabama, and that's fine. I want to give my perspective. I want to give out some awards, okay? Because there were some special performances and they don't need to be overlooked. So I'm going to go down the list. Honorable mention, 3rd place, 2nd place, 1st place. Do y'all see that brother right there in the white? That's an American hero. Let me tell you, all he was doing on this day was his job. Man in the docks, making sure that those boats were in order. And what does he get in return? About 6-7 alabasters jumping on him. Saltine hyenas. Just trying to beat him up, embarrass him. But little did they know, reinforcements were on the way. This brother's my honorable mention because he was just doing his job. An American hero, and he held his own too. Okay, my 3rd place, my bronze medal, going to Miss Ma'am right there in the blue. Now listen, in every fight, In every action movie, you need a change of scenery, okay? And what is a boat fight if the villain doesn't get wet, okay? Now, this lady right here in the white, the one that's about to take a tumble, I know she thought, I'm going to wake up today, go out, get some sun, be a little racist, and stay dry. That was not the case. This woman right here in the blue, the Avenger, put her ass exactly where she needed to be, in the water. Rinse that stupidity off. She gets my bronze medal today for her amazing display of strength, courageousness, and badassery. Good for you, ma'am. My silver medal. You're not going to believe this. My silver medal. Do you see that brother right there? Now, you might have thought that that was like a shark, maybe even a mini speedboat. That is a Negro in the water on his way to the fight. On his way to the fight. Do you know how poised and aggressive and ready to fight you have to be if from the Gulf of Mexico, which is where I believe this brother came from, you decide that you're going to intervene by getting in that water, swimming 300 miles and jumping on this dock? Let me tell you something. Silver medal. I almost gave him gold just for the sheer audacity of it, the sheer cinema of it. But the gold is going to somebody special. But this brother right here needs to be heralded. He got in the water and swam to these folks. And I can't imagine. You see a Negro in the water swimming like Michael Phelps in the middle of a fight, it's time to surrender. This is my silver medalist, 100%. Folks, let me tell you something. The only thing more exciting than when a fight starts is when it ends. And baby, this is when this fight ended. You see where that arrow's pointing? That brother right there, you can't see it in his hands because it's moving at the speed of light, but he's got a chair. He's got a chair. And that poor sack of nothing in that red shirt sitting there, she's about to get real intimate with that chair. That brother swinging it right there, that's my cousin. Yes, where I'm from, we call him Beethoven because he likes to make music with chairs. Yes, and what she's about to get, we call that the concerto. The concerto, baby. This fight was something else. But when that brother picked up that steel chair and started getting reparations for slavery, swinging it like I don't know what, the gold medal, it was inevitable. This is our champion of the fight. The brother that said, it's over from this point moving forward. Your gold medalist, ladies and gentlemen. This was amazing.
What's something else? Man, I just know that Jason Aldean is somewhere right now in the middle of his weekly clan Bible meeting. And he is mad as hell that y'all are using his little lynching lullaby, this little segregation serenade, as the background for that fight in Alabama. Man, I love black people. They told us we was being too serious about it, wasn't that deep. And we said, okay, and we made it work for us. But oh my god, that fight was the funniest shit I have seen all fucking year. I have watched that fight about 15 times so I could zero in on each matchup. And they all eat. This motherfucker swam across the water to get his licks in. How you throw hands with stereotypes and drunk white people in one go? Amazing, sensational. Not only that, you got the OGs jumping in like it's WWE, they hitting people with chairs. I always wonder in situations like this, like, you know, one group shows up to fight and they get their ass beat. How's the car ride home? Is it silent? Y'all crying in the back? Y'all just looking at each other? I just know the slurs said inside that car on the way home would make the Grand Wizard blush. But anyways, I love community. Yeah, y'all might get on my nerves sometimes, but I ain't gonna let you get jumped out here. Try that in a small town.
That was the reparation we needed. We put up with so much shit with these white folk and these Karens and these entitled ass son of a bitches. And that right there made me feel good. I could sleep so good at night. I know our ancestors is down there smiling. Them motherfuckers is smiling so motherfucking hard. They can't even believe it. They couldn't believe this was the type of shit we was going to be doing years like, this is that shit. One thing about us black people, baby, we gonna stick together. We might fight each other, but when it comes to some other motherfuckers trying to fuck with us, oh, baby, hell nah. We are one. It felt so good seeing them white people get their ass whooped like that. If any of them in jail, up in that cell, let that boy out of jail.
Alabama Riverboat fight, greatest piece of cinema I've ever seen. Honestly, some of the best action sequences all around. When that security guard is being 8-on-1 by the shirtless rednecks, and then a dude jumped into the water to swim across from a boat to the dock to even the odds, because he sees 8-on-1, and he's like this one security guard having the shit beat out of him by shirtless rednecks. One of them came running in and gave a fucking running knee in salmon shorts. Like, these are bag of shit shirtless, drunk rednecks attacking a lone black security guard, and this one dude jumps in and swims across. The crowd reacts the same way in Avengers Endgame when you hear Falcon go, on your left, and the portals open. The crowd watching this just went, oh my God, we can be involved too. And it goes on 8-on-1 to like 46-on-8. And then a dude has a chair. He's just smashing people. It's like the Hulk. He's just smashing people with a chair. They all deserve the belt. Everyone deserves the belt. Even the shitty cops. Because the cops are like, I kind of don't want to stop this. They're like, when chair dude gets the one shot on the down lady, they're like, okay, we have to arrest you on camera. And they're mad about it. They're like, damn, dude, you were so cool until you hit that lady as she was down. Until that moment, they were like, oh, no. But yeah, greatest fight I've ever seen. It's a little bit on TikTok, but it's go to YouTube for this one. Alabama Riverboat fight. There are multiple angles. So many people. And there's a DJ playing in the background the whole time. Top 10 internet, like big old brawls I've ever seen. I loved it. Incredible.
Good evening to all members of the NANSMA, that is the National Association of Negro Social Media Antics. I am calling in this emergency meeting this evening to discuss the proposal of a new holiday. As we all know, August 5th marked the Riverwalk Rumble that took place in Montgomery, Alabama. And there is talk of us turning that into a nationally recognized holiday amongst us Negroes. So with that being said, there are a few items on the table that we must discuss. First item being, what are we going to recognize and call this holiday? So far, the names we have on the table consist of Fade in the Water, Riverwalk Rumble, and the Montgomery Minking. We must come to an overall consensus on the name of the holiday by the end of the month. So let's think about that, people. The next question, what exactly are we doing on said holiday? Are the Montgomery Negroes hosting a parade, a festival of sorts? Are we grilling, or are we doing a seafood boil, or are we doing both? Will foldable chairs be a core theme for decoration for the holiday? We must work hard to get these questions answered as soon as possible. This is serious and this can actually be a thing. So let's come to an agreement as soon as possible. Thank you.
I just wanted to take the time and say thank you to Nathaniel Alexander. Brother, I'm pretty sure you didn't know your invention was going to be used in Black history the way it was. But, hey, they should be throwing you apart.
I can't stop smiling. That riverboat fight, that was the best thing I've seen all day. Ooh, they were shaking in their boots too. They were like, oh no, I didn't mean it. We thought we could jump that man with no repercussions. You know when that man said fuck around and found out? They found all the way out. There was bop bop, the man with the chair swinging it like a lasso. The man that jumped in the water swimming over like he Aquaman. I mean, they was like, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Yeah, now somebody, oh, don't take away my mini mart. Oh no, Billy Bob, you gonna lose everything. And you lost that fight. They was going rounds on them. Rounds. When they drugged that lady off and threw her in the water, every time I watch it, I find a new thing. It was a masterpiece. I love it.
A homeboy was a bike ride short of a fucking Ironman competition. Like, he needs to be on a goddamn Wheaties box. Like, after that fight, he ran a fucking marathon. This video has been scrutinized every which way and motherfucking Sunday. I mean, who would have ever thought, I'm gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, would involve a folding chair and a riverboat, and someone actually being laid down on the riverside. Sorry, I better stop joking around before Kay Ivey officially makes it illegal to be black in Alabama tomorrow, like abortion. Not for real, like, I've heard of, like, corn-fed, country-fed. What the fuck was he fed? Because, yo, GNC is definitely interested. They're gonna make protein shakes out of his DNA. To think people are pressed about a fucking black mermaid.
After witnessing my brothers and sisters take arm in the Battle of Montgomery, I knew that I had to be prepared myself. Pulling out old Betsy, I practiced my chair jutsu. I haven't used this skill in years, as the last time I used it, I sent 4 people to the hospital with concussions. Their brains turned to jelly. It's a deadly skill passed down from hood master to hood master, baby daddy to baby daddy. It's a powerful skill. When thrown, the chair can cause riots and get the most sane person into a frenzy. But it's necessary. And I will be ready.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to really stop playing with us. Y'all gonna have to really stop. Diana Ross sung this song and says, ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough. The people in Montgomery, Alabama, Saturday night, I need you all to understand something. We're not playing with y'all no more, okay? Monica says, I will cross the ocean for you, okay? I never seen something so black before in my life. You all really thought that y'all was going to put y'all hands on some. When he threw the hat in the air, that was it. That was it right there. The portals opened up and we was in the end game. Blessed be. I hope that everybody has learned from this, that if you fuck around, you will find out.
Y'all should have known the gig was up because at the beginning of the video, mans from 2 stories up started running down as soon as homeboy got hit. Then when mans came flying across the water, okay, like he was Jason Momoa, like he was Aquaman, it was over. And then he got up with no assistance easily. Harriet Tubman and all of them helped him up out of that water as quickly as I don't know what. And he poured out the water in his shoes and said, let's go. Over. Homeboy with the chair, he said, not even close. Homegirl's over there with her homegirl, stomping homegirl out. Yeah, y'all got all of us fucked up. Not today, not in August. It's too hot, and y'all fuck with the wrong one, okay?
I don't ever come out here in my bonnet, but just the Battle of Montgomery has been the funniest thing I have ever seen. I stayed up all night watching videos. Point of order. I've never seen a black person swim to a fight. Okay, I've never seen it. I've never seen skipping. Well, I have seen skipping, but I've never seen people of this age just all come together. Old, young, just everybody, women. My favorite part was obviously the guy swimming to come and help fight, but that would have been my cue. If I was a part of that fight, that would have been my cue. If I see somebody coming to swim, to fight, that's it for me. That's it for me. I'm out of it. I'm you know, hey, y'all got it. I would have told them, look, y'all got, I ain't doing this. But it was that lady. I went and watched, I guess, a different angle. That lady, it was a lady trying to get in the mix. When it was a black lady, just waiting. She came from around the corner. She was just waiting, and they got that tail. They got that tail. Ooh, y'all! When I tell you, I had to get off TikTok. I was crying. Now they got shirts, earrings. The universal sign for all black people is to throw a hat in the air. So let's get hats, and just anytime we're in trouble, we throwing our hats up. I've learned about the history of that dock, that is the dock where they brought the slaves in, and that was literally the dock that they would line them up and walk them, to the center of the town. So that's of importance as well. So yes, I love it. I love the Battle of Montgomery. I love the people of Alabama. Y'all stood 10 toes down for that. I love it. I haven't seen anywhere to donate to their GoFundMe or to their attorney fees. I don't know who's in jail right now, but when we find out, y'all, let us know. Spread the word. I want to help to their legal defense. I want to make sure they, they're not held responsible for this brawl, because it was not the security guard's fault. He was doing his job and they jumped him. What they weren't expecting, they were not expecting the solidarity of black people. That's why they don't want us to come together, because I've seen a lot of videos of white people surrounding black people when they're alone. It's only when there is enough black people or a crowd to help them do they start to fall back. That's the answer.
Well, at least they took their ass whooping together like a family. She said, I know y'all sore this morning. At least they took their ass whooping together like a family. I commend, I salute. Y'all took their ass whooping together. I mean, the girls kept running back to help their brothers or whoever they is, the brothers, the boyfriends, whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's the good part about it. Y'all took your ass whooping together. At least y'all got a story to tell the grandchildren when they get a little older. Tell them how you got your ass whooped. Well, so that's life. Deal with it.
If you haven't already seen what happened in Montgomery at the boat dock and on the boats with the fight, I'm sure you will at some point. I'm not going to talk about that, but I do want to talk about a tweet that I saw that Nicole Hannah-Jones shared. It says, if you understood the history of Montgomery, one of the most prolific slave trading cities in the U.S., turned brutally repressive apartheid regime after a majority black, but just got its first black mayor, it gives so much more perspective to this video. Trust. She followed it up with where that boat was docked. Where the boat was docked is literally where they'd march enslaved Africans from the steamboat to the town center to be sold. I said I wasn't going to talk about the fight, but I'm going to say just a little bit so what I say next makes sense. A black man who's a security guard was working and was jumped by a bunch of white men for who knows what reason. It doesn't matter. They jumped him. And the black people around saw what was happening and came together and fought back. And before I go any further on this, I want to make something perfectly clear. This is a situation where I don't care about the opinions of white people, what happened here. And the reason being is that this all started, and I don't have to explain this, but this all started because some white men jumped a single black man who's by himself. So I don't want to hear any opinions about what was done in response. But back to the tweet that Nicole Hannah-Jones shared. There's an old saying that I think a lot of us are familiar with, that, and it's going to be loosely quoted, but that those that don't know their history or those that refuse to learn it are destined to repeat it. And there's also another caveat to that. While you may not repeat it, history will show up and correct itself in the way that it needs to.